Okay, hi guys, Dino Kang again. Okay, today the topic will be I'll be talking a little bit about protein shakes and whether you actually need them to build any kind of muscle. Okay, so are protein shakes really necessary? The very short answer is that no, of course not, because before protein shakes, before people have been putting on muscle, just by training and just eating normal food. Like, why must you have a protein shake? Okay, that being said, protein shakes can be very helpful in terms of helping you hit your protein requirements. Okay, so while I am on that, protein requirement is something that protein, right, is something that is essential for life, which means for any human being to function, okay, for your cell repair, for your muscle repair, for your skin replacement, and so on, you do need a certain amount of protein. Okay, so protein is a nutrient, a macronutrient. Just like fats and carbohydrates, you need protein. So you have to be able to get protein from food. Okay, so that being said, protein sources like chicken breast, fish, tofu, so protein sources like that is just, there's a certain amount of protein in a certain food depending on how many grams you're eating. So the important part is that, you are hitting a certain number of grams of protein per day, for example. So that's the amount of protein that you need per day. So if I were someone like, for example, myself, right? Okay, I lift weights and I have more muscle than the average person. So obviously I'm going to need more protein daily, whether or not I'm training. So that's the whole point that's the whole topic I'm trying to debunk, so to speak, when people ask me, hey, why am I drinking a protein shake when I'm not training? Or I'm doing nothing right now at night, why am I drinking a protein shake at night? I'm training meh? Hey, I always get that kind of questions, even when I'm with my relatives, with my friends, like at night, in the middle of the night, hey, why you need to drink protein? You got train meh? Like, you are drinking and sleeping, wouldn't it get stored as fat? No, guys, no, it doesn't work like that. Okay, eating right before bed doesn't make you fat. Okay, check out my previous videos on that. Like, eating carbohydrates before bed doesn't make you fat. Okay, so calories in, calories out, your total calories would matter more. Okay, back to the topic of protein. Let's say we are talking about protein shakes. Okay, any kind of protein shakes. Doesn't matter the brand, doesn't matter the type of protein does matter a little bit. So a protein shake, right, long story short, the biggest advantage of any kind of protein shake is basically the convenience factor. So let's say I just make a protein shake, right, one scoop put inside, shake, and then drink. That can be 20, 25, 30, 35 grams of protein just right there. So let's say if I need 150 grams or 180 grams of protein a day, like this one, just drink and I'm hitting about 20-30% of my protein just like that. So math correct, 25. Okay, you get my point. So it's a convenient way to get your protein in, to hit your protein targets, to maximize your muscle growth. So without the protein shake, it becomes a bit troublesome to get protein sources like chicken, cooked chicken, cooked fish, and the sorts, right? So if I'm on the go and I don't have time for a full meal, that's when it becomes convenient for me to just drink a shake. So be very clear that a protein shake is not better than chicken breast or better than fish or better than normal other sources of protein. Okay, there's another argument where different kinds of proteins have different amino acid profiles, but that's a whole other topic. Long story short, for beginners, for most of you guys watching who are lifting, hitting the amount of protein in grams per day would be good enough, would definitely be good enough. You don't have to worry to the gram whereby, oh my god, am I absorbing enough? Is this protein having enough of a leucine for me to maximize my muscle growth? Stop worrying about the nitty gritty details. Just focus on getting enough protein, even if it is not the best protein source, so to speak. Okay, so if you guys are wondering about that, basically the kind of the best, most bioavailable protein is kind of whey, which is the most common kind of protein powder, whey protein. So whey protein is the most abundant, in the market, so to speak. So it's relatively cheap because it's actually the byproduct of making cheese or something like that. Not sure about the manufacturing process, but basically whey protein is one of the best. Like straight up, it's one of the best, one of the cheapest, and definitely one of the fastest absorbing. So protein shakes definitely go for whey protein. The other kinds of protein sort of branched out from the popularity of whey protein powder in the first place. So like 10 years ago, there was no such thing as pea protein, pre-protein isolate, egg protein isolate. Egg maybe have lah. My point is this: whey protein is the most abundant and the cheapest. It's the most common form of protein powder. Casein is whey's little brother, which is the other end of the spectrum and is slower absorbing, so to speak. Okay, so if you're wondering whether should I worry about taking casein at night and whey in the morning, no, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Okay, in terms of satiety and how full you feel during your fasting month, for example, casein could be a little bit helpful in that sense where it lasts longer, so to speak, if you're trying to spread out your protein absorption and protein timing. My point is 99% of people watching this will not need to worry about that at all. Okay, yeah, so basically a protein shake is nothing special, nothing miraculous, and it does not make you gain fat if you don't train, and it certainly does not make you gain muscle just because you train. So it is just a source of protein. That's it. Okay, so easily replaceable by chicken breast, fish, and whatever else, or egg whites. Okay, so these protein sources, arguably, let's say you're talking about fat loss, drinking a protein shake, or rather protein shake products on the market, like this one I have here. Okay, like you can find this in Singapore now. It's in Guardian stores. So basically, like one example of a protein shake lah. This is like 185 calories and 24 grams of protein. So a normal shake that I make myself with whey protein is about 100 calories, 20 grams protein. Long story short, the whey protein is usually cleaner. This one is usually tastier, like it tastes better, but the macros are usually not as good. Or you gotta check out the brands lah. Okay, some are pretty good, some are not so good. Okay, so that being said, you don't really want to be drinking like 200-300 calories of protein shake, which is maybe 70% protein, as opposed to if you're making your own shake, it's about 80% protein or more. So it's cleaner, so to speak. Okay, so purely it's just for the convenience that protein shakes are for the convenience. It is not that protein powder is better. So first of all, stop the whole stigma of, you know, me taking protein powder as if like I'm taking drugs like that. It's completely different. Me taking creatine, my parents still think that I'm taking drugs. So yeah, so that's the facts of protein powder, which means if you are just taking protein powder and then you train like shit, you are still not going to put on muscle. Okay, it's just a helpful tool for you to hit your protein targets. That's basically it. Okay, any further questions, leave a comment in the comment section below, and like and share this video. Thank you.